report online. You guys gave up 648 total yards. How do you explain that in year 5 of this program?
How do I explain that we lost a 3-point ball game? I think our players played with great effort today. We did an unbelievable job and played against as good a quarterback as I've faced in my college career, watching what Caleb did tonight. So I would give Caleb a lot of credit and say that's a heck of a quarterback.
You guys had 3 consecutive stops at the beginning. What changed on their part?
I think it's a long game. I don't think you can ever look and just say you had to stop and then it's going to be stops for the rest of the game. We knew that they were an explosive offense coming in. They're a very talented football team. And you got to give them credit. They made one more play than we did tonight.
Ben Bosch, Los Angeles Times, you had the ball back with, I believe, 2 minutes and change, needing to go 89 yards,
yeah.
got a couple of first downs. What was kind of the plan, and then what did you see on the final play?
Yeah, we were in our 2-minute offense, which has been very good for us, and I think we were moving the ball. We finally got the ball out. We obviously started, deep in our own territory, but got out to a little bit of breathing room and then got to a 3rd and 6 and, tried to get a flood route into the boundary and, it looked like it was the defensive end who dropped into coverage that kind of showed up, underneath that route. So, good play by them.
Dorian, very gutsy, got knocked out, came back in, competed from start to finish. I know he probably wants the interceptions back, but how would you kind of assess his totality of what he did tonight?
He's special, and we've talked about it from, his first start at Oklahoma and till now. I think his toughness has been on display for the last 5 years, and he's as tough as they come. The kid's a warrior. We wouldn't be where we are if we didn't have the contributions that he's given us. He sets a tone in practice, sets a tone every single day. You feel for him and you hurt for him just because I know how much it means to him, and I know, you talk about leaving it on the field. Dorian literally leaves it on the field every time he plays, and he's a special guy that, I think, everybody around here he's up there with and there's been some great quarterbacks, but, I think he's one of those special ones that has gone through this program. And as I told those guys in the locker room, we have 2 more games to play. We have a game against Cal this Friday on a short week, and then we have an opportunity to play in a bowl game, and we'll find out where it is. And it's, we owe this group of 27 guys, let's go out on the right note. So, we'll be back to work tomorrow.
Billy Witz with the New York Times. Chip, can you elaborate on what you mentioned about Caleb Williams? What makes him so difficult?
Yeah, I think he's really accurate. He's got a great pocket presence. He keeps so many plays alive. To extend plays. When he extends plays.
Sorry, the last part.
He extends plays.
What was it extended?
I know I'm losing my mind too. I'm not a mechanic, so I couldn't tell you. So he does a great job of extending plays. He's extremely athletic, and he's as accurate as you can be throwing the football. So I think it's that combination of that. He's that rare dual threat guy that can beat you with both his legs and his arm. Sometimes guys are more of a runner. He throws it as well as anybody I've seen. So player.
What Dorian came out when he came out of the game for the one play, it looked like he got popped in the head. Does that? Is there a reason it wasn't maybe examined a little bit further?
The medical team handles all that, so I don't have any decisions as a coach. But I don't have a medical background, so whatever the medical team that saw him, the officials, if you do, if someone comes out to see you, you have to leave the game for a play. But he was cleared to come back in. So.
How do the mechanics of that work? Are you told by somebody, or is it?
Yeah, our medical staff, our doctors, and our trainer Anthony, and then Dr. Goldman and Dr. McAllister will tell me if a player's up or a player's down.
Dan Greenspan, Associated Press. Chip, what went into the decision to take the timeout at the end of the half before SC tried to field goal?
That was my decision only. They had rushed out on the field. I didn't think the kid, he missed one earlier, so you're just trying to see if you can, rattle him a little bit, and it didn't work, so it was a bad call by me.
How important were those couple scores SC got in the final 2 minutes of the half? It seemed like you guys had the momentum, and then it turned it.
Ended up being a 3-point game, so it was really important.
I know that, you know, you guys had the 2 games you mentioned, including a bowl game, but this did eliminate you guys from the Pac-12 title race. How disappointing is that given?
Yeah, I don't think it's about the title. It's losing this game. You know, that's the one thing. You know, you don't try to think about what's the ramifications of it. It's that, you know, our players gave an unbelievable effort tonight, but we came up short. You know, and it's tough. You know, when you talk to them after the game to put that into words that you can play with the effort that they played with tonight, but that wasn't good enough tonight. You know, and sometimes it's a very tough lesson for all of us to learn. But you still got to come up tomorrow morning and we got to watch tape, and then we got to meet as a staff, and then we got to meet with our players, and then we got to get out on the practice field because we have a game on Friday. So that's just the way it goes.
Chip, with how good Caleb Williams is in moving in the pocket, how did you approach the balance of when to rush him and when to drop guys back into coverage? How'd that balance work?
Yeah, I think they called everything tonight to go at him. You know, there was a big sack by Latu at the end, you know, that got them out of field goal range, that put it into that situation where we forced them to punt, you know, and gave ourselves a shot. But, you know, I think you got to do everything against them, and we did. You know, we blitzed them, we played zone, we dropped guys into coverage, we rushed 2, we rushed 3, we rushed 4, we rushed 6.